Hello and welcome. You've probably heard of Scientology. In fact, every 6 seconds, someone searches the question, what is Scientology? There's a lot of talk about us, and we get it. People are curious. Well, we want to answer your questions, because frankly, whatever you have heard, if you haven't heard it from us, I can assure you we are not what you expect. So, while I could tell you Scientology is new, our approach is new, our answers are new, and that Scientology is not just something you believe in, it's something you do, well, I'm sure you would much rather just see for yourself. And that's what the Scientology Network is all about, to show you inside Scientology, who we are, what Scientology is, and what Scientology can do. Scientology is a dynamic and expanding religion, and we're going to be showing you all of it. For instance, I'm standing in our spiritual headquarters, and we'll take you through all of it. Likewise, we'll take you into our churches, spanning 167 countries on 6 continents. We'll also take you behind the scenes and into our church management, publications and dissemination facilities, humanitarian outreach centers and programs, and even into our new millennium Scientology archives. But even still, there remains the question of why so many people are Scientologists and why they are so passionate about it. In answer to that question, you'll meet Scientologists from all walks of life, firefighters to factory workers, doctors to CEOs, and yes, some of the most well-known artists and celebrities in the world. You'll see Scientology in practice, our values and beliefs, our technology of auditing, our e-meter, everything. Finally, we'll answer the question as to how Scientology came to be the only major religion founded in the 20th century. And that's the story of our founder, L. Ron Hubbard, a true-to-life genius and an honest-to-God modern-day Renaissance man. But with all that, let's be clear. We're not here to preach to you, to convince you, or to convert you. No. We simply want to show you. Because, after all, the first principle of Scientology is that it's only true if it is true for you. So take a look, and then decide for yourself. I'm David Miscavige, and this is the Scientology Network.
I see a lot of this, where they put their hands over their eyes and look inside the window, and they're like, what is this?
Once you actually start talking to somebody about it, they're like, just, okay, what is Scientology?
Oh, well, what brought you in here? I'm just curious.
So what this is called an e-meter. It's the cutting edge of spiritual technology.
What it represents for Scientologists all over the world, always has and always will, is spiritual freedom.
Here at Golden Era Productions, we produce all of the films of Scientology, and we also have one of the largest studios in North America.
What we produce is not just a book, it's not just a lecture, it's all the knowledge that's inside.
When we consulted with the British Museum, the National Archives, we wanted to find out how do the best archivists in the world do things.
The biggest barrier was actually finding technology that would last.
So we had to push technology and invent technology in order to do that.
Scientology Media Productions is a very unique studio. Everything is under one roof. We produce all of the content and programming for the Scientology network. So we have quite a variety of different shows.
The biggest joy is to create something new. So we create extraordinary solutions for extraordinary spaces.
This is where we have equipment that comes from production. You can create all kinds of special effects.
This is the sexiest bike in the world.
And I remember that moment well, not knowing what I want to do.
We just wanted a band that was fun.
Ow!
It's like a feeling of freedom.
I'm a comedian, I am a Scientologist.
I'm a veterinarian.
We are both designers.
I'm a motion control engineer.
I'm playing 10 seasons in the NFL.
I'm a horse trainer.
With the Jive Aces, I'm a real Scientologist.
I grew up right here in South Central, so I've been tied to the streets.
The culture here, it's so rich and so fragile at the same time.
I want Melbourne to be drug-free, crime-free, just want it to be the ideal city.
Scientology saved my life, and I felt like I was able to give it to somebody else, and it was this domino effect.
People are searching, and this is one of the places they'll come to find answers.
It's actually making a difference in the world. That's what it's all about.
Well, if it's not true for you, it's not true. I find it's a very good statement. It agreed with my own personal philosophy very well, because if there's anybody in the world that's calculated to believe what he wants to believe and to reject what he doesn't want to believe, it is I.
The biggest right there is not the right to vote. Is not the right to freedom of speech or press or religion or anything else. The biggest right there is in human rights is the right to help.
Well, it's now time for a peace movement. It's now time to call everybody under this movement.
The cure for our children as far as their education is to make them quiet. So this is tragic. That's why we're out there educating, being the voice for those who don't have a voice.
To see the impact you can have on others and how you can get others to change.
It allows me to know that I'm not the only one out on this battlefield fighting this battle.
I would just say to anybody, if you're gonna do something, if you're really gonna do something, go educate yourself on it beforehand.
Get the facts, check the statistics.
Find out the actual truth of what these are and what they're gonna do to your life.
Find out for yourself.
This is the story about human rights. For those who don't know, you need to. These you gotta learn forever and ever. Know your human rights, don't ever surrender.
Hello and welcome once again to Freedom TV.
Today we're going to take you inside the dark world of human trafficking.
And I'll warn you up front, this is some pretty sickening stuff.
It became a tipping point, and that's why we knew we had to get out and do something about it.
There's nothing really much more fulfilling than helping people.
That's our passion.
One person that you help turns into 3 people, turns into 10, turns into a whole city.
That's why we're out there fighting until every single person is free.